Hi everyone. I'm coming to you from home today. I have been home for quite a while. I only go out for essential things like getting groceries or maybe going for a nice walk outside. And I'm finding it a little challenging. Uh, Most of us have our to-do lists and we want to be out doing things and being active, and it's a little bit of a challenge to be at home, and maybe some of you are finding it that way too. I was thinking the other day about an assignment that I used to give students at Northwestern. For about 10 years I taught a course on faith and service in the School of Education and Social Policy. What we did was we would take a look at organizations and individuals who were doing things to help other people from a faith perspective. And so several years ago, I started giving this assignment, which I actually borrowed from Barbara Brown Taylor, who for many years was a teacher of religion at Piedmont College in Georgia. And so my assignment was that I would ask students to spend 15 minutes or so doing nothing. They were to just find some time during their week, 15 minutes, do nothing. And they were to repeat that 2 or 3 times during the week and then write about their experience. Now, Northwestern students lead very busy lives. They are very ambitious. Many have more than one major. Their lives are full of activity, both in the classroom and outside the classroom. And so I was asking them to do nothing, to hit the pause button and sit still for a little while, to clear their minds, to pay attention to their breathing, to the sounds around them that might otherwise go unnoticed, to try not to let their minds drift to all the things that they should be doing and not to fall asleep. I think my students were intrigued, but also a little apprehensive. It isn't easy doing nothing. I would tell them that if it's too hard to sit still, they might want to go for a walk, maybe by the lake, by themselves. Of course, this assignment was given in January, so that may not have been a helpful suggestion. Or they could eat a meal, sitting alone, paying careful attention to each bite, and they might find that they could taste the food and decide that eating at Burger King all the time isn't such a good idea. Well, one student came to my office hours the first week, and she said that she thought she enjoyed the assignment, but she wasn't sure she was doing it right. She thought she might try it a few more times to see if she could do it better. In typical Northwestern student fashion, I think she wanted to excel, to be the best, even at doing nothing. Well, I assured her that there was no right or wrong way to do nothing, and that she should relax and enjoy the experience. It might put her in touch with deeper stirrings of spirit flowing within her. I mention this because I think many of us struggle with the need to be active, the need to be doing something. There is so much going on our world that is troubling. We feel a need to do something, to take action, to make a difference somehow. The issues of concern just keep piling up. By and large, the students in my faith and service class are committed to action on behalf of the most vulnerable in our world, the ones named in Hebrew scriptures the Anawim, the little ones, the least of our sisters and brothers. And I gave them my assignment, do nothing, because I wanted to suggest to them in a gentle and non-threatening way that our great religious and spiritual traditions see a link between the active life and the contemplative life. Believers may find themselves emphasizing one or the other at different times, but it is the wisdom of our faith traditions to know that contemplation and action are linked. To appreciate that, we have to experience the contemplative side, even if it's just a little bit. I love a story by Anthony DeMello. He tells about an old man who would sit motionless in church for hours on end. And one day the pastor came over to him and asked him, "What does God talk to you about?" And the old man replied, "God doesn't talk, God listens." Well then, what do you talk to God about?" "I don't talk either. I just listen." Perhaps it is in the silent communion of gentle prayer that a new world is created and comes into our consciousness. Remember the old hymn, "When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me." I want to close with a poem by John O'Donohue. He was a poet, a philosopher, a priest in Ireland. He died a few years ago, but he left some wonderful poetry. And I'd like to share this one. "This is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall until the bitter weather passes. Try as best you can not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart all sense of yourself and your hesitant light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning." Blessings and peace, everyone. See you soon.